This is insane. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new reading vlog. Before I get started, I just want to talk about what is going on in the world today and why I'm uploading this video. I was wondering if I wanted to upload this vlog at all just because it felt very superficial to, I guess, act like things are normal or not talk about what's going on and just tell you guys that my thoughts are with everyone in Ukraine, and you guys know how much I love Russian literature. And in this reading vlog, I do talk about my feelings towards Anton Chekhov's The Seagull because I just finished reading The Seagull and it was my first Chekhov play and I loved it, and I can't wait to talk to you about this play. But with everything going on, it feels strange, and so I didn't really know if I should upload this vlog or not, and then I got some messages today, actually last night and this morning, of people asking me when I was going to be uploading my next video because they needed something to cheer them up, and my videos always bring them comfort. And I think that that was what really hit me to post this video, because I've always wanted my channel to be a safe space and a place where you can come and feel at home and comforted and just forget about your worries and forget about the world for just a little bit and to take your mind off of what's going on. So I hope that that's what this video does for you. I don't want this to come across as I'm acting like the things that are happening aren't happening, because I honestly can't stop thinking about it, and I don't really know what to say except that I hope this video brings you any sense of comfort, really. And I know that when I'm feeling uncertainty, I always turn to books and to nature and to Willow, who is sleeping in my lap, and to my family and my friends, and I hope that you and your loved ones are staying safe, and just, yeah, I don't really know what else to say except that what's going on is breaking my heart. I wanted to just film this quick little intro and let's all help everyone in Ukraine in any way that we can. Okay, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it brings you some warm feelings of a bit of joy. I don't really know if, yeah, so just, anyway, Willow is sleeping in my lap, but can you see her? Anyway, okay, enjoy the video. And my glasses have a glare, so I'm going to take them off. Hello everyone, and welcome to this reading vlog. I am currently reading The Seagull by Anton Chekhov, and I am only 3 pages in, and I already want to read you one of the passages because I am already loving it so much. Chekhov does it again. This is my first Chekhov play. I am adoring it. And the character dynamics are already sublime. They are unmatched. So we have, to give you a little context, we are set up before a stage performance is performed. So we have the stage, we have our characters. The character that I am going to be reading, his line is Konstantin. I had to mention that. That reminded me of when Steva calls Konstantin Dmitrovich Levin, my favorite character from Anna Karenina, my favorite character ever. He calls him Kostya. So I'm going to be reading a line from Kostya, and he's talking about his mom and their character dynamic. I haven't met the mom yet. I've only met about 4 characters now, and it's just already fantastic the way that it's set up and the way that he describes the character dynamics. So this is Chaplayev talking about his mother. So it says, pulling off the petals of a flower is the stage direction, or I guess the action that the character is doing. She loves me not. She loves me not. She loves me not. Laughs. See, my mother doesn't love me. Of course not. She wants to live, to love, to wear bright-colored blouses, but I am already 25, and I remind her that she's no longer young. When I'm not there, she's only 32. When I am, she's 43, and for that, she hates me. She also knows that I have no respect for the theater. She loves the theater. She thinks that she serves mankind, serves a sacred art, but I think the modern theater is just cliché and prejudice. When the curtain goes up and there is a 3-walled room with 3 walls, lit for evening, these great talents, priests of the sacred art, show how people eat, drink, love, walk, wear their jackets, when out of these trite images and phrases they try to fish out a moral, a little moral, one easy to understand, useful in the home, when I am offered 1,000 variants of the same thing. Then I run and run as Maupassant ran away from the Eiffel Tower, which crushed his mind with its vulgarity. I love the way that he describes his mother. When I'm not there, she's only 32. When I am there, she's 43, and for that she hates me. She also knows I have no respect for the theater. She loves the theater. I just think that the way that that's described is so beautiful, and how it's so true. Like, you don't feel your age until someone either older or younger than you is with you. And I feel like you base, especially a child or a sibling and an adult or a parent, you base your age off of someone that you've known your whole life or you've known for a very long time. I think that that's fascinating, and how we are set up in this theater performance, and he's talking about his opinion of the theater and how he thinks that the modern theater is just cliche and is prejudiced against it, and I just love the setup. I think it's brilliant, so I just wanted to say that already, but I am going to keep reading, and I will update you again. This is insane. What? Willow, do you see this? Come here. Look what Mommy got. You guys are insane. This was in my P.O. box. Absolutely insane. And we're going to open it together. Oh my gosh. Hello again, everyone. I am here with Willow, who is munching on her toy. So if you hear crinkling, I deeply apologize, but she is being occupied, so that's the best thing. She has been doing some training with me today. We have had a nice day, and then my mom went out to the post office, and she came back and she said, "Can you hold Willow so that Willow doesn't run outside? Can you hold Willow and open the front door?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And she walks in with this huge stack of packages. This is the most I've ever received in my P.O. box. I am just blown away by your kindness, and I can't believe this. I can't even hold it up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 packages and then some envelopes. I am just baffled and blown away. So I thought that I would go through them in this vlog, but I did want to give you guys a reading update first. So I am up to, oh my gosh, I'm about to start Act 4 of The Seagull, and incredible. I am absolutely loving it. It's just Chekhov. Just, oh my gosh. I loved him as a short story writer, and I loved his short stories, but him as a playwright, and The Seagull, and the foreshadowing in Chekhov's gun, which is Chekhov's seagull, I guess, in this, and I am just absolutely adoring it, and I have tabbed so much. There are so many lines that I want to read to you guys and that I have been adoring. There's a scene where it's a direct simile of how the title of the play reflects the character of Nina. Nina's one of the main characters in it. This is Nina's line, and she says, "My father and his wife won't let me come here. They say you're bohemians. They're afraid I might become an actress, but I'm drawn here to the lake, like a seagull. My heart is full of you." And I just, chef's kiss, absolutely incredible. There's this one line that, so one of the main characters is a novelist, and without giving anything away, there's a line that is in his book that they refer to in the play, and the line says, it's Trigorin looking in a book, page 121, lines 11 and 12. "Here it is," and he reads, "If ever you need my life, come and take it." Incredible. And then he repeats it like 2 or 3 more times, and the repetition and the gravity of that singular line, it's just baffling. I'm adoring it. How many acts are in this, actually? I don't even know. I'm sorry if Willow's munching is bothering you. Oh my gosh, is there only one more act left? I only have 1 act left. It's just 4 acts long. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous of how it's going to end. I have an idea of how it's going to end, but we will see, because I know Chekhov's endings are just... But then I am also reading Barnaby Rudge for the Dickens versus Tolstoy debate. I have been listening to it on audiobook because I had my Etsy restock, which thank you all so much for being so wonderful and supportive. I haven't been posting as frequently as I would like to because I've just been so busy trying to get everyone's orders out in a timely manner. But I have been, because I've been packaging up so much stuff, I love listening to audiobooks while I read. One of them that I listened to that I haven't updated you guys about yet, I have it on my shelf, but because Willow's on my lap, I don't really want to move. That is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. I listened to that on audiobook because I originally intended to read it physically, but I found out that Ocean Vuong narrates the audiobook himself, so I was like, oh my gosh, this is probably going to be such an amazing reading experience. And I was right, it was. Hearing an author read their own work is one of my favorite things to do, and when it's available like that in audiobook form, I just adore it. So that was amazing. I gave it 4 stars. I was expecting for it to be a 5-star read because so many people rave about it, but for some reason, it just wasn't that for me, and I don't really know why. It was incredible, heartfelt, heartbreaking, exquisitely written, and there was so much about it that I loved. It just didn't give me a 5-star read feeling. So that's really more like a personal, based on my own reading experience, but it's different for everybody. But I loved it. I thought it was incredible, and everybody's raving about it for a reason. I can see why so many people love it. And then after I finished that, I did decide to start listening to Barnaby Rudge because it is quite long, and I wanted to get some reading in, but I don't know if it's because my mind is more focused on my Etsy orders than on listening to the book, but I'm getting a bit confused by Barnaby Rudge. So I think what I'm going to do is the audiobook is about 24 hours long. What I like doing with Dickens and with certain authors is sight reading and listening at the same time. I do it all the time with Shakespeare plays. I do it a bit with other classic authors. And I thought that it would be fun to give myself an hour a day to Barnaby Rudge, because from now until the debate, I'll have more than enough time, an hour a day, to get through it by the debate. And I think that that'll be really fun because I get to look forward to my hour of Dickens, and I'm trying to get more back into reading regularly because for a while I barely read anything in February. which is sad because I've just been so busy recently that I haven't gotten a lot of reading done. Anyway, I'm sorry, I don't want this to be a huge ramble. I'm really enjoying Barnaby Rudge, although slightly confused. Some parts of it, I'm a little like, where is Barnaby? Because he hasn't been in too many scenes in the beginning unless he has, and I've just been oblivious, but I think I'm going to restart it and sight read and listen to audiobook at the same time so that I can be fully focused into the story and not be distracted by Etsy orders or anything else. Those are my reading updates. Now let's start opening some packages. I just want to send you guys the absolute biggest thank you. It means the world to me for you to watch my videos. It means even more when you order from my Etsy shop, and it means even more when you want to willingly send me things. Send me the most heartfelt letters, the most incredible gifts. I really feel so grateful and honored, and you do not have to send me anything, but I am incredibly honored when you do. So just thank you so much. I genuinely can't express how much this means to me. And I can't wait to share with you what is in here. I'm excited to find out myself. Look at this beautiful envelope. All of these things are from an artist named Pau, and I just wanted to show you this beautiful card. So she has an Etsy shop, and I will link it down below. She's an illustrator, and she makes the most charming and enchanting bookmarks. So she also wrapped everything so beautifully. Look at these bookmarks. Oh my goodness. These just speak to my nature-loving soul. And they're so well made. They have a nice finish on them, beautiful ribbons, and she puts her little logo on the back, which is just incredible. And look at how talented she is. So when she sent this to me, I was just blown away, absolutely blown away. I have such a love of birds and nature, and so this is just absolutely perfect. She wrote me such a kind note, so thank you so much. You just absolutely made my day when I read it. And then she also sent me this adorable sticker. How cute is this sticker? Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it so much. It's a waterproof sticker, a fantastical frog from Pau's Art Nook. So Pau, thank you so much for sending me these things. You are incredibly talented, and I recommend everyone checking out her shop because it's just so beautiful. And yes, her beautiful typewritten note. I try to get back to everyone that sends me things, but it does take me quite a while just because I'm a little chaotic. But I try to stay organized and reply back to everybody. And then I also got a beautiful card from Daniel. So Daniel, thank you so much. He sent me a really sweet thank you card. So just want to tell you guys that I appreciate you all so much. I do have a few other unboxing videos where I open up mail that I never uploaded before because usually they're extremely long clips, and I wonder if people are interested in seeing what I get in my P.O. box. So if you are, and if you like this style of clip or video, definitely let me know, and I can kind of combine and compile all of my clips of me opening my mail so that you guys can see what I've gotten in my P.O. box, and so I can thank everyone in video form that sends me things. So yes, thank you so much, Pau and Daniel, for your cards and just for being so kind and wanting to send me something. The next book I actually have already opened, and this is from a friend that actually sent me a picture of this book on Instagram. And the book is The Possessed: Adventures with Russian Books and the People Who Read Them. And it's by Elif Batuman. I don't know if I'm exactly pronouncing their name right, but how hilarious is this cover? I absolutely love it. The back says, "The Possessed must be one of the funniest books ever written about Russian literature or grad school. Sometimes you're so amused that you can almost overlook the envy-inducing naturalness and smarts of Elif Batuman's prose. To call her one of the best writers of her generation is only stating the obvious," and that is from Benjamin Kunkel. And It also says The Possessed draws on Elif Bootman's articles in The New Yorker and Harper's Magazine to tell the true story of one woman's intellectual and sentimental education and her many strange encounters with fellow scholars devoted absurdly, melancholically, beautifully to the Russian classics, which just sounds absolutely incredible and right up my street. And I cannot wait to read it. And this was very kindly sent to me from Anna, so Anna, thank you so much. I can't wait to read it. I'm so glad that you recommend it, and I'm honored that you wanted to send it to me. So I look forward to reading it and updating you guys and seeing how I feel about it. But it sounds brilliant, and it sounds like everything that I would love. So excited. Okay, so now we are getting into the things that I have no clue what's in here. Which I can't wait to find out. So let's start opening. Don't eat the cardboard. Have your toy. Okay, there's no note, but the two books are Childhood Years, a memoir. I really don't want to mispronounce any names, so I'm just going to show you the author. Childhood Years, a memoir. I haven't actually heard of that before. This one is the Makoka sisters. And again, I don't want to mispronounce. So this is what the cover looks like. This is so fascinating. I recently asked you guys for book recommendations from different countries around the world. So I'm assuming that that is what these are for. I wonder what these are about. Let's see. Oh, we have World War II. You guys know me well. I love war stories. It says, in Osaka in the years immediately before World War II, 4 aristocratic women try to preserve a way of life that is vanishing, as told by, I don't want to mispronounce their name. The story of the Makoka sisters forms what is arguably the greatest Japanese novel of the 20th century, a poignant yet unsparing portrait of a family and an entire society sliding into the abyss of modernity. That sounds incredible. So I think that this is, yeah, it's from the same author, but this is their memoir. Oh my gosh! I definitely want to get into more Japanese literature, so this is absolutely perfect, and I look forward to reading it. That time period, anything surrounding the world wars and understanding different effects that the war had on different people and different countries is really fascinating to me, so I greatly look forward to reading both of these, so thank you. The next one, no way! Oh my god, it's the leopard! Stop! Stop! Oh my gosh, this is incredible. The video that I'm referring to is my Russian TBR for 2022. I talked about how I wanted to read a lot more French, Italian, Russian, Spanish, a bunch of different books from different countries, and one of the most recommended books was The Leopard by Giuseppe Tomasi di Lampedusa, and this is the beautiful Everyman's Library edition, which these are just some of the most beautifully made books in my collection. They are so sturdy and the paper is so beautiful and buttery, and they are just exquisite books. Willow is freaking out behind me. She's rubbing her face on my carpet. What are you doing? I think she's in a mood today. Hey, crazy girl. What are you doing? Okay, we have calmed Willow down. I think she's a little overtired because she's been playing a lot today. So why don't you normally nap around this time? Why don't we settle down, okay? Okay. I was in the middle of about to read the note. So the note says, "This jaded millennial genuinely appreciates your glowing enthusiasm for all things literary. Having admitted your shelves were barren of this title, I hope this edition serves your future Italian expedition well. From Zero Annixter." Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am so excited to read it. I have gotten, like I said, everyone recommends this book, and I can't wait to read it. I don't really know exactly what it's about. Sorry, Willow, I just have to move your head. Okay, my arm was under her head. Okay, so this says, set in Sicily. Oh, my family is from Sicily. Set in Sicily in the 1860s during the tumult of Italian unification, The Leopard tells the spellbinding story of a decadent, fading aristocracy threatened by the approaching forces of revolution and democracy. Its author Giuseppe Tomasi di Lampedusa, who was the last in a line of Sicilian princes, wrote the novel in the 1950s, inspired by the decline of his own family. Oh wow! I am so excited to read this. Thank you so much for sending this to me, and the beautiful Everyman's Library edition. I adore these, so I'm so excited to add this to my collection. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. And I always keep all the notes in the books so that I remember who sent them, because that just makes me happy. Next is a letter, so I will open that up by myself and appreciate what they have said, so I'll save that for later. The next package I have, let's see, is this one. So let's see what's inside. Oh my gosh! This is stunning! This is A Journey from St. Petersburg to Moscow by A.N. Radishchev. Oh my gosh! This is such a beautiful book! This hardcover. Okay, so it says that this was sent from Roy. So Roy, thank you so much for sending this to me. I have heard amazing things about this book, but I don't really remember what it is about. So it says, of this first English edition of Alexander Radishchev's Journey from St. Petersburg to Moscow, the American Historical Review said, this short volume is a landmark in Russian intellectual history, primarily an attack on serfdom and an appeal to the sovereign and the landed gentry to free the serfs voluntarily. The journey has often been described as a Russian Uncle Tom's Cabin. Oh wow! Published in 1790, the book was banned immediately and the author first sentenced to death, then banished to eastern Siberia. On the order of the Empress Catherine II, who read the journey very carefully, all copies that could be found were collected and burned. The few that escaped were widely circulated and laboriously copied out by hand, but the book was not freely published in Russia until 1905. That's insane! I cannot wait to read this. Roy, thank you so much for sending this to me. I will most certainly try to read it at some time in 2022, because that just sounds like everything that I would be fascinated by. Okay, the next one is from Book Depository. So let's see. Ooh. I always rip these. I can never get them out smoothly. Whoa, this is a big beast. Oh my goodness. This cover. Wow. The Grey House by Miriam Petrosian. Is that how you say her name? Miriam Petrosian? Here I am, again, butchering people's names. I'm so sorry. The Grey House is an astonishing tale of how what others understand as liabilities can be leveraged into strengths. Bound to wheelchairs and dependent on prosthetic limbs, the physically disabled students living in the house are overlooked by the outsiders. Not that it matters to anyone living in the house. A hulking old structure that its residents know as alive. From the corridors and crawl spaces to the classrooms and dorms, the house is full of tribes, tinctures, scared teachers, and laws, all seen and understood through a prismatic array of teenagers' eyes. But student deaths and mounting pressures from the outsiders put the time-defying order of the house in danger. As the tribe leaders struggle to maintain power, they defer to the awesome power of the house, attempting to make it through the days and nights that pass in ways that clocks and watches cannot record. I've never heard of this before, so that sounds very intriguing, and I love when I get recommended or sent a book that I've never heard of before, because it opens my eyes to new titles, and yeah, so very interesting. I have the second to last package now. Oh my god. The next book I have is Stalingrad by Vasily Grossman. I have wanted to read this book and Life and Fate and so many of his other books because I've just heard incredible things. Oh my gosh, does this say who sent it? It unfortunately doesn't say who sent it, but if you have sent this, thank you so much. I have been dying to read Stalingrad for so long, and I also want to read Life and Fate as well, like I said, and a bunch of other of Grossman's works. So this is the beautiful New York Review edition. In April 1942, Hitler and Mussolini meet in Salzburg, where they agree on a renewed assault on the Soviet Union. Launched in the summer, the campaign soon picks up speed, as the routed Red Army is driven back to the industrial center of Stalingrad on the banks of the Volga. In the rubble of the bombed-out city, Soviet forces dig in for a last stand. Oh, I have heard fantastic things about this book, and it's huge, and I'm so excited to read it. I also love these editions. This is translated by Robert Chandler and Elizabeth Chandler. I am so excited. You guys know me so well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for whoever sent this to me. I greatly appreciate it. I can't wait to read it. This is one that I have been eyeing myself to buy, and I just, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. Yay! Okay, the last one is in this very colorful box. So let's see what's in here. Oh my goodness! What? What? No way! Someone sent me colored pencils? Someone sent me colored pencils. There isn't a note. I didn't order these. And they were sent to my P.O. box. I'm wondering, did I order these? I love Faber-Castell. This is crazy. Whoever sent me colored pencils, thank you so much. These are beautiful. No way. Are they watercolor colored pencils? They're mixed media pencils. That's why they come with a brush and an ink pen. So you can use them with water. They're water soluble, which means when you color with them, you can put water on them and the pigment will pick up and it'll kind of turn into a watercolor type, there's a fuzz, a watercolor type medium. Whoever sent these to me, you just made my day. All of you made my day. But the fact that this is like illustration based, it really warms my heart. Thank you so much. I can't believe this. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I feel incredibly lucky, incredibly grateful. I have a million empty boxes everywhere now. So this is everything. You guys did not have to do this at all. But thank you. Thank you so much. I can't wait to use these. I can't wait to read these books. I'm so excited about all of them. And what I love is that you guys know me so well. And I feel like we really are friends because I love seeing your comments and talking to you in the comments and getting your messages. And I hope for you that it feels like a friendship because that's exactly how it feels for me. And receiving books from friends is one of the best feelings ever because they're personal recommendations and I just love it and it makes all of these books so much more special. I have been doing a series of bookshelf tour videos on my channel and there are so many books on my shelves that you guys have gifted to me and every time I get to one of them I always try to mention that this was gifted to me by a viewer and a friend and it makes my bookshelves so much more special to know that all of these books, how they got there was through you and through a friend and it's so special to me, so I hope it's special to you as well and just know that I greatly appreciate your kindness and I'm just so grateful for you. So thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, what is life? So that is my update for now. I have one act left of The Seagull, which I just can't believe, and I can't wait to read. I am probably going to finish it soon, and then I'll let you guys know what I think, and maybe read you some of my favorite passages. My life has been quite busy recently, which is good and exciting, but I haven't had that much time to read, so I'm hoping to get back into it, and now I have so many new books to put on my shelves and to read in the future, which I just can't wait. So for the millionth time, thank you so much, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Filming thumbnails is always an adventure. Hello everyone, so I have finished The Seagull. That ending, oh my gosh, it went in a way that I wasn't surprised at, but it happened in a way that I didn't expect. So what I expected happened, but not in the way I expected it to happen. Does that make sense? So the lines that I referred to earlier from the book, page 121, lines 11 and 12 that are referred to in this novel, in the play, the line says, "If ever you need my life, come and take it." I saw that as being so beautiful, and what's wonderful about what Chekhov does with it is he twists it in a way, and we get to see that line reflected in a very different light, and the way that the story unfolds really changes your opinion of that line, and I thought that that was brilliant. And there are so many passages in here that I just adored. So many things that I highlighted and annotated, and I just went a bit wild with my highlighting and my scribbling. And there are so many passages that I would love to read out to you, so I thought maybe I would go through some of them. This I thought was funny. So in the beginning of the play, this is in Act 1, one of the main characters calls another one of the main characters, it's a man referring to a woman, and a young woman that he adores, and he calls her Enchantress My Dream. And I was just thinking to myself, why can't we be called Enchantress My Dreams still? I feel like I would love to be referred to as Enchantress My Dreams, so just I highlighted that and put a little pink tab because I thought that that was adorably sweet. Something that I wasn't expecting, that this isn't really a spoiler, but there is a 2-year gap between Acts 3 and 4, and a lot unfolds between those 2 years. But what we what Chekhov does so well is he doesn't need to give us those 2 years, because the way that he links them together, the gravity of the events in between those 2 years is reflected really beautifully in the way that they explain what happened in that time. And it's so heartbreaking because this play is very much about unrequited love, as well as the manipulation of lust and love and how that influences the people that love us, and the difficulties of what comes with love and what comes with unrequited love, and how we deal with unrequited love. One character that I loved following was Masha, and she is suffering from unrequited love, and one of the lines that she says is, "Once love has flowered in your heart, out with it." And then it goes on and she says, "I'll rip it out of my heart by the roots." And she's at this point where she loves this young man so much that he loves somebody else, and she's suffering so greatly. And the way she says a lot of wonderful lines, and what I love is just how she reacts to the circumstances that she's in. And we later see her in a very different position and being quite, I don't want to spoil anything, but the way that the characters develop is really interesting. And I loved how we weren't given those 2 years, because I felt like that gap was really powerful in how we see them change and the development that they undergo. A lot of the lines that I want to share with you are spoilers, so I just recommend reading the play if you haven't, because it's amazing. What I really love about plays is we don't get description, of course, because it's just dialogue and it's just lines and stage directions. But what I love is when there is a description of the scene, because it's written in a way where it's very plain. There is no exaggerated description of imagery. It's just, this is how it was, and this is what the actor or character did. They ran this way, there's a window, there are books on a desk. The way that the stage is set up is described in a very plain way. But what I like is it takes away the fluffiness, and although I love fluffy writing and I love beautiful, flowery, lyrical descriptions, I also like when it's just put in front of you the way that it is, and it provides description without giving description. And I just really enjoyed that. And this was just, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but you can see my absolutely crazy annotations, because I could not put my highlighters down. I couldn't put my pencils down. I just had to write everything in the margins. But yes, that ending was devastating and exactly what I expected, but like I said, not in the way that I expected it to happen. And it was beautiful. The metaphors of what the seagull represents and Chekhov's gun, if you don't know what Chekhov's gun is, Chekhov is very talented and known for putting in specific objects at the beginning of his plays that are going to have a direct effect at the end of his plays. Chekhov's gun is when a gun is introduced in the beginning of a Chekhov play, it is going to be set off by the end of the play. So the gun is put there for reasons of foreshadowing, and the seagull I saw as Chekhov's seagull instead of Chekhov's gun, but what is explained later on is exactly the opposite, or also it's just, what he does is so brilliant, and I don't want to give anything away, I don't want to spoil the ending, but it is just incredible what he does with foreshadowing and imagery and similes and metaphors and what things are represented as and how he expresses it. It's just so beautiful, and he does it in all through dialogue and stage description. And we don't get in-depth character analysis. We don't get in-depth background. We just get dialogue, present-day dialogue, and it's wonderful that we can understand the depths of these characters just through those means, and I loved it. It was amazing. I also, last night, I watched the movie adaptation of The Seagull with Saoirse Ronan and Annette Bening and a bunch of amazing actors and actresses, and the actor that plays one of the characters actually played Hemingway in Midnight in Paris, and I could not see him as anyone but Hemingway, and I thought that that was so funny because he plays a novelist in The Seagull, and the way that he was writing in the film reminded me a lot of how he acted Hemingway in Midnight in Paris. I thought it was a wonderful adaptation, and some of the lines were directly taken from the play, which I expect because adapting a play into a movie I think is much easier than adapting a full novel into a movie. It was very satisfying to see what I read be acted out, because of course a play is meant to be performed and meant to be put on. And I really enjoyed it, so I gave The Seagull 5 stars. I thought it was brilliant, and I can't wait to read more of Chekhov's plays. Let me know which Chekhov play you think I should read next, or what other Chekhov you recommend. I love him as a writer. I have now read 3 of his short stories and 1 of his plays, and I can't wait to read more from him. I'm just so excited. I have yet to start listening and sight reading to Barnaby Rudge, but I will do that soon. Oh, I have been listening on audiobook to The Year of Magical Thinking by, of course, Joan Didion, and I have really been enjoying this. I tried reading it a few years ago because I saw Rory Gilmore reading it in Gilmore Girls, and I wanted to keep reading the books that are on the Rory Gilmore reading list, but I read it in a time that I was expecting it to be a novel, but it's actually a memoir of the time where Joan Didion is mourning the loss of her husband. He had a very sudden death, and also her daughter was very ill as well at that time of her husband's death, and it's really about the year after this and her mourning and her grieving, and she's so honest with what she went through, and I think it's beautifully done. So I'm really enjoying that as well. It's one of those books that, can you really enjoy it? I think you can get a lot out of it, but it's not really a book that you can enjoy just because of the subject matter. It's so heartbreaking. That is what I've been reading so far and I've been watching, and last night we actually got an ice storm, so all of those clips are from this morning that I filmed. Everything is covered in a really beautiful layer of ice, and it looks so gorgeous outside, and with everything going on in the world, I always take to nature and books when I need a bit of comfort and solace. And so I hope that this video has been comforting to you. I am just heartbroken by what's going on, and I can't stop thinking about everyone in Ukraine, and just wanting everyone to be at peace and to be safe and at home with their families and loved ones, and for all of this to not be happening. But anyway, I hope this video has been a source of comfort, because that's my main goal, and that you maybe get some book recommendations out of it. And yeah, I'm sending all of my love to everyone, and I hope and I know that brighter days are ahead of us, and that we will get through all of these crazy storms that we have been through over the past few years. But we are here and in this together, and all we have to do is support each other, and that's all that we can do, is support each other in any way that we can. So yes, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your support and your kindness, and I care about each and every one of you so much. I hope you are staying safe, and my thoughts are with you and your loved ones and your family and your friends, and I will see you soon in another video. Happy reading.